to shake a few tables today, so please stand very well. The question is, should a born-again, spirit-filled, tongue-talking Christian who loves the Lord and wants to live holy, and because he or she is an actor, they kiss in a movie? So I'm not talking about a peck on the cheek or a side kiss that is not real. I'm talking about a visible, passionate, participatory, full kiss in a movie that everyone can see. Should I give you an answer? It's a no, no, no. And I'm going to explain why. But first, let's talk about some of the reasons why people think it's okay. I've had this discussion with Christians, some of whom are in the film industry, and this is how they justify taking kissing roles. 1, I'm just starting off in the film industry. I can't afford to be picky. 2, those are the roles available and I need this one for my breakthrough. 3, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just acting, and at the end of the day, I take it off my mind and I just move on. 4, I've already built a reputation that I can play any role. I'm versatile, and producers and directors know they can depend on me, even though I'm a born-again Christian, so I don't turn down any role. 5, the money is too good. How can I say no? When next am I going to get a gig that pays so well? Number 6 reason, my wife or my husband, they don't mind. Anytime I'm taking a sexual role, I discuss with my spouse and they always understand and give the go-ahead. Number 7 reason, for my acting of this role to be realistic, how exactly do I demonstrate love or lust or whatever if I don't give a genuine physical demonstration? These are a few of the reasons Christians justify kissing or engaging in deeply passionate sensual scenes on films. Now let me give you very detailed responses to this. Number 1 and first, let me start with a quote from Neil McDonough. He's a very popular American actor, and in one of his interviews he said, everything you do on screen in a movie is make-believe. All the killing, all the action, the car racing, all the comedy, it's all make-believe. But kissing is not. That's real, with all the flow of emotions, especially if you really want to get into character. And he said that for him, life is about honoring God. So he would decline those roles any day because he has decided to honor God and his wife, even on a film set. This is my number 2 reason. Your spouse says they don't mind. Truth be told, that's not true. They are just allowing it for the sake of your career. I know a spouse who said he never ever watches his wife's movies because even though he knows it's work, he can't bear watching his spouse kissing or making out with someone else on the screen. Number 3 reason, let's be real. You can't stop the feelings. You can't. You can ignore it or pretend nothing has happened. But we are wired to feel. You may have learned the art of tuning off after the scene. But the more you take the risk, the more is the risk that one day those feelings will linger. I heard a confession of 2 actors who immediately retired to a hotel room after their scene. The feelings were just too strong to them. Dear Christian, why do you think that the only area God asks us to flee in the Bible is in the area of sexual immorality and temptation? Every other sin he would ask us to resist. Proverbs 6:27 says, can a person take fire into their bosom and not be burnt? Number 4 response, so you say you can't afford to be picky. The truth is that you can't afford not to be picky where God is concerned and when you want to please God. We're picky all the time, aren't we? With the things we really don't want to do. I know Christians who have turned down good jobs because they don't want to give a bribe. There are people who have turned down a potential spouse who doesn't care about God, even though they have feelings towards the person. There are people who refuse to listen to great award-winning singers because the lyrics are dirty. There are many Christians who refuse to compromise. Compromise will ruin your witness. So how do you preach to someone in the morning about the saving grace of Jesus and you call them to be disciples of Christ, and then in the evening they turn on their TV and watch you making out in a film scene? Number 5 response. I heard someone say, why do you put so much pressure on Christian actors about the roles they take? You never do the same with Christian doctors or Christian engineers. My response to this is twofold. 1, all professions should glorify God in their jobs, especially if they profess to be godly. Christian actors too should understand that you are a Christian first before you are an actor, and God should be glorified in everything you do. Number 6 response. A lot of people will say it's just entertainment. Not really. Acting is seriously spiritual. The film industry models lives. It's make-believe, but as we watch, we suspend belief. Movies impact our belief system. You can watch enough movies about cheating in marriage, and after a while, your mind begins to tell you that maybe it's not so bad. Movies, they color our understanding of what is right or wrong. So we need to be careful as Christians that we don't, through our acting profession, encourage or be a model for people to live in sin. Number 7 response. Let's consider the agenda of the filmmaker or the producer. They know that sensuality sells. So sometimes what they are doing is just to put those scenes in to sell their market without regard to if God is glorified or not. Please, why would you want to be a part of that? Let's consider the impact the movies have in being a potential for people to sin against God. Sometimes people watch your movies and they are aroused, and the next minute they have to look for someone. You have done the acting, you have moved on, like you say. But then many people across the globe, and even in years to come, will watch those sensual scenes. It may lead them to sin against God. As a Christian actor, are you comfortable with the fact that across the globe, people are watching your movies and the next probable thing is that they commit sin? I don't think God is happy with that. Number 9 response. As an actor or an actress, you are a role model. People will often copy what they see you do and the values you portray, no matter if they are right or wrong. Response number 10. You say you don't turn down any role. Why would you say that? Because actors all over the world turn down roles for different reasons. Maybe they're not agreeable with the direction of the project or the character they are asked to play. Maybe they're not okay with the compensation, or they think they are being typecast, or sometimes because they don't even find the role compelling. So it's wrong for a Christian actor to say, I don't turn down roles. The Bible says, in everything you do, in word or deed, do it all to the glory of God. Number 11, let me round up by saying, in filmmaking, there are so many ways you can show love. Sometimes it's just creative laziness to just throw 2 people in a room and make it all sensual. If you want to ensure that God is glorified and pleased with your work, then get creative. May God help us all as Christians, whatever our career, to live holy lives and give God glory in everything we do.